when we were four years ago. So, you know, opening day, 62,000, I don't think many expected that, but I've said it a lot. Our supporters never cease to amaze me with the support that they give us, and I just think that we're going to keep growing. The league is getting bigger and stronger and better every year, and I think that's what we're going to have to do. We want to get bigger and stronger and better each year. We've got a very progressive ownership group who want to be successful, and for us, that's going to be the next stage. Can we keep building each year?
When you look at the MLS and what it was 10 years ago and what it is today, what can you say about the growth in America of professional soccer for men?
Well, I think I've been here 8 years now, and in that 8 years, it's changed incredibly. I think most importantly for me is I think it's suddenly got credibility around the world. You know, I think one or two people might have raised an eyebrow when the commissioner said that, you know, in 2020 we're going to be the 4th biggest league in the world. I don't think there's anybody who will refute that now. I think we might even be bigger than that, and it might be quicker than that. But the league's growing, the stadiums are going up all over the place. More and more teams want to get into the league with the expansion. So, you know, you have to take your hat off to the commissioner and the powers that be at MLS, because everything that they've said they're going to do and they've done, and the growth's been fantastic.
Being a part of USL Pro and then going into MLS, when you came into this team, what was the mentality of how quickly they wanted to get everything going?
Well, I think the most important thing for us is we relocated here with the specific aim of trying to go to MLS. And people raised their eyebrows at the time, but, you know, Phil and a few of the directors had done their due diligence at the time. We thought this was a market ready for another major sport, which has been proved correct. And we've just ticked the boxes as we've gone. We had a game plan from here to here, how we're going to get there, a roadmap, and we've just ticked the boxes as we've gone along. And I think, as we know, we have a lot of USL clubs come and visit us and basically say, well, what did you do? And Phil's more than happy enough to share what he did with them. And I know that Sacramento, the Minnesotas of this world have been here, and Charlotte have been here to see how we did it. And I think we're a great role model for clubs in the USL to sort of try and emulate. And if they do everything that we did and keep ticking them boxes, I don't see any reason why some of the others can't make it.
Expansion teams in their first year typically are not always competitive, but your team has been the opposite. Just what you can say about how you were able to really assemble everything and in your first year be effective.
I think the fact that we were an existing club and a club that was used to winning helped. You know, our supporters were used to seeing us win, and I'm used to seeing us win. You know, I've had 8 years of just watching us continually win. I didn't want this to be a changeover, and I didn't want the expansion tag to be an excuse for the expectation levels. The expectation levels at this club, and I know long after I've gone, will still be the same. We're going to be progressive, want to move up, we want to be better every year, and that's what we'll continue to do. So, you know, we haven't made the playoffs yet, but that's the aim. That was the aim before the season started. Only 2 teams have done it in 20 years. We aim to be the 3rd.
As far as having 5 languages on the field, I talked to some of the players on how you kind of corral everybody together and get the communication going. What can you say to it and how you can gel this team?
Well, I think that one of the most important things is that we take a bit of care in who we select. You know, we nearly meet them all before we meet them, and we get a feel for their character, and we ask as many questions as we can to the scouts who go and bring these players back to us or bring these players to our attention. The agents, we try and do as much homework as we can, but ultimately, you know, I think it comes from the coaching staff and laying down laws of what's expected and what's not expected, what behaviour is accepted and what's not. And I think we have some good, experienced leaders who show the way. You know, I always say to our younger guys, if you want to be a professional footballer, you've got the best role model you can ever wish in Kaká in the dressing room. Just follow his lead. Absolutely fantastic professional, respectful to his teammates and everybody else, and just a great pro. They're the people they should be trying to emulate.
And before I let you go here, to talk about your son and the fact that he's on this team, just how that all came about and what it's like having him on the team.
You're probably better asking him. It's probably a bit tougher for him than it is for me. Now, he has to do an awful lot to get a well done off me, as you can expect. But he's always wanted to be here. He's been in the States since he was 10 years of age. So, you know, this is, for him, this is home now. And he still had sort of 7 months left of his contract in England at Norwich. And, you know, he came and trained with us one summer. And I think most of the other coaching staff said, listen, if he's thinking of coming back, we better sign him. You know, we don't want him going somewhere else. So we signed him, and he's doing well. He's progressing very well. We're pleased with him. And this time is around the corner, I think.
And lastly, for you, Coach, when you look at Orlando City, how do you define what this team is and what you want it to be?
Well, we're getting there. We're getting better. I don't think we'll ever be the finished article, because that's the nature of the club. You know, we have our motto, defy expectations, which we try and do all the time. But more importantly, I think the biggest thing for me, and the most pleasing thing, is that we've become an important part of the society of Orlando, the city of Orlando. Central Florida has taken us to their hearts. We've taken them, and you know, at this moment, it's a match made in heaven. Long may it continue.